Yo, Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0. And yeah, I thought that was a good performance from Arsenal personally, defensively anyway. I felt like we did what we needed to do, and we got a point out of it. Listen, I know we've been blowing teams away and winning 5, 6, 7-0 week in, week out, or whatever, but not every team. We're not going to be blowing away every team every week. We have to adapt and see. We can't play the same way against every team, and I feel like that's the whole maturity of the team as well, because I think back in the day we would have, well, up until recently we had only one way of playing, and that was it. We go there, we play our game, we don't worry about the opposition. I think Wenger was very big on that. And we go to these big away grounds and against these big teams and get turned over. But I feel that now we've got an adaptability about the team, and I think that shows the maturity level of the team as well, because we know there's some games we have to change our game and change our approaching. You know what I mean? So it's not always going to be pretty and it's not always going to be free-flowing, and there's times we're going to have to concede possession like we did against Manchester City. But the most important thing about it is if we come out there with something, we don't go in there and lose. You know what I mean? If you don't win, you don't go out there and lose. And if you've got a tight defence, that's what happens. You know what I mean? So we're able to draw the game 0-0 instead of lose like 2-1 or 2-0. And I think that's why we're going to be successful, because not only do we score more goals than everyone else, we've got the best goal difference in the league for a reason. But that's not only because we're scoring a lot of goals, we're also conceding next to nothing. We barely concede chances. So the combination of scoring a lot of goals and hardly conceding any, one, that does well for your goal difference. It's like another point on top of that. And two, that just makes you a very hard team to beat. I mean, like I just said, we don't even consider chances. So I can't remember many moments during that game where I thought, oh, City are going to score here. Not a lot of teams can say that, because this is Manchester City. This is a team that won the treble. Not a lot of teams go to the Etihad and be just basically as comfortable defensively as we were, whether they park the bus or not. I don't think we parked the bus. I thought we defended quite resolutely, and I thought like we were quite dangerous in the counter-attack. Obviously, when you play Man City, you got to switch up your game a little bit. You got to sacrifice possession like we did and hit him and try to hurt him wherever we can, which is what we did. I feel like we had the best opportunities of the game. If Trossard slots it through to Martinelli, I feel that's 1-0, game done. I never saw City have really have an open chance like that. That was the only time during the game I saw either team getting opened up, and it was from our end. So yeah, I thought we was fantastic yesterday, man. I really did. And like I said, we don't concede goals, man. Like, not many teams can go to City and say they've kept a clean sheet. The last 57 games actually hasn't ended in a clean sheet for the opposition team at the Etihad. And we just go there and do our business. I mean, City haven't scored a goal against us this season in a competitive fixture, home and away. And over the two games, it's the same thing. We barely conceded the chance. I mean, how many shots on target did Haaland have in both games? I don't think he's had any. Like, we've kept him quiet in all three games we played against him this season, which includes the Community Shield. Haaland literally hasn't had a sniff, and he's got an issue against Saliba and Gabriel, because yeah, you can take your hair out and bully Rob Holding and look like the man, like against them last year, where you're kind of playing like a hybrid 10 role, like winning knockdowns and everything like that. Yeah, you can do that against Rob Holding, but when you're up against Saliba and Gabriel, it's a whole different story. You're up against guys where in the football world and on the scale of things, they're equal to you. So no point getting props and you're a flat chat bully, mate. You gotta do against the big boys, and he can't do it against him this season, man. That's 3 games in a row where he's looked absolutely anonymous. And that's 2 games in a row where basically we've nullified City to having virtually no threat. So yeah, man, that's like things like this is the reason why I look at Arsenal now and believe that we're going to achieve something special this year. Because right now, I do think we're the best team in the country. I do. I look at our head-to-head against both them and Liverpool, and if someone was to tell me that we would have took 8 points from a possible 12 in those 4 fixtures, home and away, against City and Liverpool, I would have thought you were lying. I would have bit your hand off for that. So overall, looking at our head-to-head against the other big six and our head-to-head against the big two, I just feel like we're the best team in the land at the minute, and no one wants to play us. No one wants to play us. I mean, City will look at that now and think, "Oh, we better hope Bayern Munich get through, and if we beat Real Madrid, because over 2 legs in the Champions League, they're not going to want to face us. We played them 3 times already this season. We've got the better of them in all 3 games, I think, or in at least 2. You could say we got the better over them in yesterday's game because we were the ones that were away from home. We nullified you. We stopped you from having no opportunities on goal. What was it, 1 shot on target? Come on. So we've obviously worked out ways of completely nullify City's threat. And I think it's fantastic that we're probably the only team that Pep Guardiola has failed to beat or failed to score a goal against in a single season. In his managerial, how many times has he done that? Probably not many, if not none. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm happy with the performance. And listen, the fact that we score so many goals is impressive, but the fact that we're not conceding goals as well, it just makes you feel like who's going to stop us at this point in time. I feel like we're really hitting this purple patch of the season, I'm looking at the rest of our fixtures. If I jinx this, then so be it. I just can't see where we're going to lose. We're going to drop much point. I'm not saying we're going to win every game, but I can't see us losing a game from now to the end of the season. Not even against Tottenham away. And listen, you're going to get people that are going to try and find whatever way to discredit us, discredit what we've done yesterday. I already see people saying, Arsenal never showed a lot of bravery to go and win the game. But we all know what that is. It's just people moving the goalposts and they're trying to change the narrative because they see the Arsenal are no longer pushover no more. So they can no longer make their silly jokes and they can no longer believe that they support a team where they can look down on Arsenal. And they know that times are changing, so they're going to find any way to discredit us and belittle us and say, but City never had 3 of their 4 defenders, or Arsenal never took the game to City, whatever, because we have to spend all year listening to how good Manchester City are, how they have 2 world-class players in every position. But no, when Arsenal get a result against them, now they've got injuries and now they're missing people, so don't let people change goalposts on you, and if they do, they can just... Who cares what they say? Because you know what it is already with them. You know they're just scared, they're just jealous, whatever. Because most of them probably support like teams like Man United and Chelsea who ain't doing nothing and won't be doing nothing for a long time. And this is just getting them rattled. Fact of the matter is, we score the most goals, we don't concede goals. We play free-flowing football. We're adaptable. I like the way we're adaptable. I like the way we can kind of we change our game for different games now. And I think that's like a level of maturity within our team. Our game management is getting a bit better. We're analysing the situation. Listen, that's the sign of champions, man. I'm so wish we could have nicked it yesterday because that would have put any possible debate in bed. Like, we beat you, that's it. But yeah, I felt like we were the better team overall, man. I felt like City would have left... Well, they definitely would have left yesterday's game more concerned because 1-0 was at home. And 2, they basically couldn't create anything. They created next to nothing. Like I said, or I might not have said, there was not one point in that game where I felt that, City are going to score here. Not one. Yes, I'm happy with that, man. I feel like when you got a team that doesn't concede goals, more importantly than scoring a lot of goals, we've got a team that doesn't concede any goals, and I feel that bodes really, really well in the latter stages of the Champions League. Because Manchester City will look at that yesterday's game and they look at the game before and the game before that. They don't want to play us in the semi-finals of the Champions League. I'll assure you that. They don't want to play us. 1,000,000% they don't want to play us. Because over the 2 legs, anything can happen. And judging from the games we've already seen, that'll be a tricky fixture for them. Because we've learned how to stop them from scoring. And also, we know we can also open them up. Because the chance that Trossard... The chance that Martinelli... The chance that we had where Trossard could have, where Partey put a through ball to Odegaard, and Odegaard slipped through Leandro Trossard. You know, that chance. If Trossard just slipped it through to Martinelli, squared it first time, then Martinelli would have been through and goal and it would have been 1-0 and bam. So my take from that is that was the only time I saw any team getting open up. So we've obviously shown that we can open up City and also lock up at the back. In a Champions League fixture over 2 legs, that's quite a dangerous thing. If a team is tight in the back and they can still open you up, they wouldn't want to play us in the semi-finals of the Champions League. So they're hoping that Bayern wins. And I don't think any team looks at Arsenal now and thinks, oh yeah, I'll take Arsenal. Bayern Munich don't want to play us. You might see Thomas Muller just giving it to you, oh yeah, Havertz, I'm waiting for you. But he's thinking, damn, there's at least like 2 or 3 teams they would have rather PSG. They would have rather Atletico. They would have rather had Borussia Dortmund. Trust me, they did not want to play us. And if we get through this tie, and Real Madrid get through theirs against Manchester City, they won't want to play us either. Yeah, man, I'm looking at Arsenal right now, and I look at our head-to-head against Liverpool and City, and how we've taken 4 points off them. If you told me at the start of the season that we would have took 8 points from the 12 games, home and away against City, I would have bit your hand off and I would have thought you were lying. I would have never thought that would have been the case, mate. Never thought. So I just think, looking at everything, we just look stronger than any other team at the minute, man. I feel we look like we're more capable of going the distance. Because we show we can beat Liverpool. We show we can beat City. We show we can go to their ground, take the game to them, grab a point off them. Neither team has beat us in the league this season. And I just feel like it's a new dawn and it's a new day. Remember, football's cyclical. And I feel like this is really our time now. I look at our team and I don't see Liverpool and City as better than us. I don't. That's what I think we're going to do. But we've got an excellent chance to win the double this year, man. Champions League and Premier League. And if we win it, I'm not even going to be too surprised. I think we are just that good. Arteta's coming into his own now. Really is. Really. Listen, man, it's a good time to be an Arsenal fan and an exciting time, man. If you like the video, press the like button, hit subscribe and comment. There's a lot of football on this week, so I'm going to be delivering more videos to you. And yeah, hope you have a happy Easter. I hope you did have a happy Easter. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Peace.